You challenged me to make a low-calorie dessert. So today we're making what I call my 50-calorie chocolate cake. It's easy, delicious, and fudgy. The cake itself is roughly 50 calories per slice. If you add the frosting, it's gonna be roughly 90 calories per slice. It's time to shed that quarantine belly. Okay, so instead of butter today, we're going to use plain unsweetened yogurt. So we'll drastically cut down on fat and calories without having to sacrifice flavor and tenderness. Your cake will still be absolutely delicious and soft. I have some vanilla in there as well, and I've added some milk. Now we're gonna microwave this. We just want to heat up this mixture for about 45 seconds because we're gonna bloom the cocoa powder in a moment. While that's heating, let's talk sugar. You can use any sweetener of your choice and the one that you like best. I'm using Truvia today. Keep in mind, every sweetener has a different grade of sweetness, so you may need less or more depending on what sugar substitute you're using. If you don't have any sugar issues, yes, you can use just regular plain sugar. I've gone ahead and added the cocoa to the warm milk mixture, and this really intensifies its chocolate flavor. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell. I post new videos every week. Add your sugar. Now you do want to mix as well. Some sugar substitutes don't dissolve as fast or as well as regular sugar does. So just take that extra time to mix this well. This probably took me 30 seconds. This recipe, as you can see, is so simple. Everything goes in one bowl and you don't need any special equipment. You're gonna add your egg. Now the egg is important for this recipe because the cake is gluten-free. So the egg will give structure to your cake and bind everything together. Once that's mixed in, we're gonna add the dry ingredients, which are just oats and baking soda. For better and amazing texture, we're going to grind the oats. You want to use quick oats. If you buy the sachets like I do, you'll need 2 sachets. If you buy your oatmeal in bulk, just check the description box to see how much you'll need. And like I said, you just want to grind this into a fine flour. Okay, so back to our cake. I've given my baking soda and oats a quick toss. And as soon as you add the dry ingredients into your liquid mixture, the baking soda will activate. So you do need to mix this quickly, and you want to have everything ready to go. So oven preheated, which should always be preheated, and cake pan ready to go. Mix your cake batter well, and you're going to transfer it into your pan lined with parchment paper. I did slightly grease the pan, so you do want to slightly grease it, and you're going to bake your cake in a preheated oven at 160 degrees Celsius or 320 Fahrenheit for around 35 minutes. Check your cake with a toothpick. I'm going to show you an up close so you really get a good look at how the toothpick should look like. There shouldn't be any wet batter on your toothpick, but it shouldn't come out completely clean either. I'm going to show you also an up close of the cake so you get a really good look at it. The top will look like a brownie, so a little bit crinkly, but the top will be soft and springy. You're going to let this sit for about 10 minutes in the pan and then take it out. I really wanted to leave this in the video in case anybody panics and worries. Depending on what sugar substitute you use, you may get some white little speckles or spots on the surface of your cake. It's completely fine, and once you turn your cake over, they'll just magically disappear. I was so impressed how this cake looks. It looks like a regular, delicious chocolate cake. It's soft and smells fantastic. Now you can have this as is. You do not need a frosting. And if you do choose to eat this plain, it will be delicious, and every slice, as promised, will be 50 calories. I am gonna frost mine though. We're gonna make a skinny yogurt chocolate frosting. To the yogurt, I've added the milk, and you'll also need a sweetener of your choice. I'm using a different brand for the frosting just because this one dissolves faster. This one is almost like powdered sugar, I wanna say, and you're going to give this a good mix. We're essentially making a skinny ganache, so instead of heavy cream, we're using yogurt and milk. I've added the melted chocolate, and you want to mix this until it comes together. It will look strange at at first, but as you continue to mix it, it will come together. Now this will be a bit runny like traditional ganache, but if you pop this in the fridge for about 15 minutes, it will firm up. You do want to add the ganache though while it's still pretty loose because this isn't a lot of frosting, and if you spread it while it's still loose, you'll really be able to coat your cake well. I really wanted to develop a simple recipe with basic ingredients that can be found easily. Okay, so we're going to cut into this baby and I'm going to show you that fantastic fudgy texture. It's so soft and fudgy. You will love this. If you're following a low sugar, low fat lifestyle, or maybe you just can't have sugar or gluten, this is definitely a chocolate cake to try. It's just as fudgy and chocolatey as regular chocolate cake, and it's more satisfying because you won't get that sugar crush afterwards. I gave this to my 7-year-old nephew and he thought this was regular chocolate cake. That's just to tell you how delicious this chocolate cake is and that you're not sacrificing anything. So cut yourself 1, 2, or 4 slices and enjoy this delicious, fudgy, skinny chocolate cake.